Hi there, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to do some doodle fun over some paint, some watercolour paint. I've got a turquoise blue from the Kuretake range and I've got a medium sized brush, and I'm just going to do these circles on the page. I'm going to layer the circles on top of one another so they look as though they're a little bit interlinked. When they're completely dry, you need to work out which ones are on top of which ones when you come to doodle. But I won't worry too much about it at this stage. I'm going to use a lovely gold paint to go over the top. I think that'll really set it off nicely. So the page is going to be covered with all of these blue links, and then with that gold paint there's going to be like another layer of links on top of those. Quite relaxing to do this linkage pattern because you're having to think, well, where shall I put that link on top? So quite enjoying this process. This picture you need to leave some white as well, so we're only going to doodle where we've painted. So when you finish with the blue layer you'll need to let that dry. Once it's dry, grabbing the gold, and then I'm just doing the same process with the same size brush, and we're just going to do some linkage over the top. I'm just looking at the white areas and thinking, well, that's where I could put that link there. You don't need to worry too much about it. Just go with the flow, let yourself go, and just put them wherever you think is best. Once you've filled up the page with that gold, again you need to let that dry, and you can see the lovely sheen on that. I've grabbed some black fine liner pens and we're just going to doodle over the top of this, over top of where the paint is, outlining the blue here, and then I'm just going to doodle in that area there. So you need to have a look at these circles that you've done on your page and identify which circle is in top of the other one, because you're going to put the same pattern on the one circle as a whole, and then you're going to identify another circle and do the pattern there. With the gold paint I'm not actually going to doodle on top of there, I'm just going to outline it so it separates the paint from the white background. But you can see here how I'm layering and looking at which circle goes on top of what, and obviously the gold is on top of that blue, so I'm going to make sure that that looks as though that is the way it is. So to be honest, this took a lot of concentration, thinking, okay, that one's on top of that one and that one's underneath. So you need to be mindful of that. I think it was very, very good exercise for my brain, just thinking about it and ensuring that I got it right. So I was fully immersed in doing this. It doesn't matter what went on around me. I was just concentrating on this painting. I was going to make sure that I got it right. So I think when doctors say that you should exercise your body, but also you should exercise your brain, I think this is definitely one for exercising your brain. I know afterwards I felt as though, gosh, that was so hard to do, but I was just so pleased that I managed to get it right. So the patterns that I'm using are slightly different on each and every circle, but you could use repeat patterns. It doesn't really matter. It's whatever you feels right for you. Mine are very, very subtle differences though. So I thought to myself that you might not be able to see the marks I'm making, so I've turned the camera to the side so that you can see a little bit more detail. I hope that helps. Let me know in the comments whether that works better for you or whether the camera directly on the top, and then I know what to do for future. So just continuing round, just trying to work out the ones that go on top, the ones that go on the bottom, and adding some little patterns here and there, just doing some lines here. And I'm finding this really, really enjoyable. So I definitely think I'll do this again, just because it's quite taxing for the brain and I really quite enjoyed trying to work it all out. So I hope you get to try this. It'd be fun to hear how you got on and whether you managed to do it or did you go a little bit wrong and you had to sort of try and cover it up. I'd be really interested to hear. Let me know, or did you find it easy? Maybe you'll find it easy and it was a breeze for you. But for me, like I've said earlier, I found it quite difficult. So I'd just love to hear how yours turned out. If you like this, maybe you'll consider liking and subscribing, or maybe you'll leave me a comment. Let me know how you get on. Anyway, so just continuing with some more patterns here and there. And yeah, it's turning out quite well. So I'm just going to leave you with a little bit of music so that you can enjoy that. And maybe you can let me know in the comments, is that something you prefer? Would you prefer, instead of me talking, for you to have some music to listen to? Let me know. So when I feel as though I've finished, I'm grabbing a black marker pen and I'm just markering around that tape. I've heated the tape up with a hairdryer and the glue is all nice and sticky, and just peeling that away to reveal this lovely picture. So I'm just going to pull it up to the camera so you can get a closer look. And really pleased with how that's turned out. I love the gold, the way it shimmers in the light, and I love that blue. I think that's worked out really nice with the doodles on top. So I hope you get to try and hope to see you again soon. Okay then, bye.